Alright, welcome to the Songcast.com presentation. I'm Breaky CPK, going to be your shoutcasting host, and joining me is Henry D of the Honcast app, and this is GosuGamers main event, second round of the winner's bracket. Team Ice, also known as Clan Epic, going up against KD Gaming here. Arguably one of the better matchups, as I was just talking about, honestly, throughout this whole tournament. This is a very, very good matchup. You know, both teams arguably the number 2 teams right now in their respected regions. Ice, they've been looking very good lately, and coming off their victory in the Cal League tournament, which gained them a trip to the DreamHack event. KD Gaming, of course, not much more can be said about them other than always known as being a very, very, very good team. And they've been coming back strong ever since they made their comeback recently. And they, of course, have been looking good. So this is an awesome matchup. Looking forward to a great best out of 3 series. And definitely thank you guys for tuning in. But like I said, I am joined by Henry D. How you doing, Henry?
I'm doing just fine, thank you very much, Breaky. This is actually going to be a really fun game. I haven't seen these two teams go up against each other in a long while, you know, and I think it's going to be a fun match, to say the least.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, I cannot see this matchup not going... Like, neither team has an advantage as far as I'm concerned in terms of skill, in terms of, you know, outsmarting. I mean, both teams are very sound, very, you know, mirror-imaging teams. We were talking about this in the pregame in terms of how they're respected in their region, you know, how they fare up in the region. And so I don't know if they've ever played each other before. I don't think they have in terms of, at least on a competitive level. So, yeah, we also got that to look forward to as well, kind of like the first matchup style. So... Oh yeah, looking to be a lot of fun. Gosu bets, I mean, it kind of backs that up. I think it was 56 to 44%, slightly in favor of, I believe it was KD Gaming. So again, even the community thinks it's a very, very close matchup, as you can see there. So yeah, bans are finished. So let's talk about those when we get the chance. We are looking at Flint Beastwood, Chipper, Wretched Hag, Dr. Repulsor, Devour, and Magmus. And by the way, Bombardier, they decided to auto-ban Bombardier, as you can see in the chat, but so technically 7 bans, but what do you think about several of these bans, Henry? I mean, Chipper, Wretched Hag, a couple of standout bans there.
Well, Wretched Hag and Chipper, they both fall under that category, which is obviously, you know, they can gank heroes by themselves and with other players. You know, they have the potential to burst down pretty much anyone. And the Chipper's just insane. He's not imbalanced by any means, but he's so insane. I think he should be the new kind of Dr. Repulsor fan, along with Dr. Repulsor for that matter. But you know, just banned every game, or either first picked or banned, because he's just so incredibly insane. The Swordblade Showdown, you know, we've got that, but the buff to you know, to the damage, the initial damage, and then you can, if you get a Storm Spirit on him, you can just cause so much burst damage, like really, really fast. And then you also have the Tartos, which has no casting time anymore, so it's like really easy to hit it. You can get him in the center really easily, and well, it just makes the rockets even more. Obviously, you know, everyone knows how it busts the rockets. It gives it an extra dot damage, and he's just really, really insane. If it's in, he can put him on a. It's kind of like Witchslayer as well. You know, you can put him on a solo lane. You can put him on a side lane easily, and you can put him even as a babysitter. So I think it's such a cool hero to ban.
Yeah, it is interesting, but like you said, the points you're making right there, he definitely has ban potential if you know, you think about the overall picture. But that has opened up, of course, some heroes that we do see banned sometimes to be picked. And with that said, let's now jump into the picks that have currently happened. KD Gaming, they got 4 to their 5 ready. We're already looking at Forsaken Archer, Witchslayer, Bubbles, and Voodoo Jester. So very safe picks. Nothing off the wall whatsoever. All very safe and sound picks. Trial lane potential if they want. It's going to be curious to see what they do, but they're going with Bubbles as well. We just actually saw him in a series dominate at least one of the games. So as by all means can be a very powerful hero, of course, and could really take over the early game stage. You know, similar to someone like a Wretched Hag and a Chipper, being that intellect-heavy ganker early on. And could do a lot of damage. But how you liking KD's lineup so far, Henry?
Well, like you said, it's very safe. Haven't really picked anything special. I've actually picked a very KD lineup. I mean, they pick these heroes quite often. We were just talking about in the pre-game that Ake plays a lot of Voodoo Jester, and Magic plays a lot of Forsaken Archer. But I'm not going to sit here and blame them. Why not? If it works for them, and I don't actually know which tournament this is, but I'm guessing there's some money on the line here, so there's no problem whatsoever with them doing it. If it works for them, why not?
That's they're not going to play around with their final pick right here, as I'm sure we're going to see several images on being right-clicked. But Obviously, Scout would be that unsafe pick, as we just got finished saying how they're going very safe. But it would be very fun at the same time, so it would be amusing. Again, this is Game 1, so best of the 3 series. We'll see winner of this. Obviously, no matter what, we'll have a Game 2. And again, the winner of this actually plays Dirty Minds in the quarterfinals, so a very tough, lower right-hand bracket here in the GosuGamers event as we were talking about. Just really, really good teams overall. Dirty Minds so defeating Empire Gaming yesterday. So as a result, of course, the winner of this will play them. But it is double elimination, so you lose here, you're still in the event again. $500 guaranteed right now for both of these teams. You win here, also you guarantee yourself an $800 jump. And then it just goes constantly up from there. So as I was talking about last series as well, that's what makes this tournament so great. Every single round, you're guaranteeing yourself a jump and a good amount of money. I mean, from the quarterfinals to the semifinals, you jump from freaking $800 to $2,000. And so it just starts to jump. So, and eventually, of course, $10,000 for first place. So, as always stated, big money on the line here for this GosuGamers event sponsored by SteelSeries. 2 seconds left, and they're going to finish it off with Pebbles as their final pickup. So they're keeping the very gank-heavy status lineup going. And with that pickup as well, could very likely see the tri-lane with Forsaken Archer and having both Pebbles and Bubbles solo have the Pebbles combination. But, Henry, so what do you think about the finishing Pebbles right there?
Well, they have pretty decent lanes. I mean, they could do the tri like you said, but they can also switch it around if needed. If they, even though if Ice, because I'll get to that in a minute, because I have no clue what they're doing. But KD, they have the like you said, the Pebbles mid and the Bubbles bottom, and they have the tri lane. But they could also easily just have the Voodoo just at the top with the Forsaken Archer and the Witch lane mid to babysit the Bubbles, the Pebbles, if needed, depending on. If they have 2 in the middle or not. But if you look at Ice, they have 3 solo heroes, and I don't know, but I really hope we see Tundra going Forest, like Beastmaster did back in the 48B.
Really, Tundra going Forest? Now that would be something new. But okay, so let's go over Ice's lineup now. We got Thunderbringer, Tundra, Soulstealer, Andromeda, and Pharaoh. So like you said, they got 3 heroes that can, or really 4 heroes that can really solo powerful.
Yeah.
And it kind of leads you to believe maybe we'll see a jungling, maybe we'll see just a tri-lane, an odd tri-lane. Wow, they're right now sending Soulstealer, Andromeda, and Pharaoh to the bottom lane. Of course, we could just see an early rune gank, but talk about tri-lane, if you've ever seen one, that would be something very odd, both in the sense of Pharaoh and then Soulstealer being the tri-lane carry. That'd be really, really, really weird. But Ice is, they are a team to kind of maybe throw some curveballs now and then, and this is definitely one of those already with their pickups. But like you said, they got 4 powerful, solo heroes. As a result, we're going to be seeing something really interesting. But team as a whole, though, I mean, they got a lot of burst damage early on between Tundra and Thunderbringer. That's what I really like about them. And they do got a lot of movement as well, starting with Tundra, of course. But how do you like the team as a whole, staying away from the laning phase?
They have a really conventional global strategy, which is nice. KD have a really strong gank lineup, so if, as we say many times, best way to beat an aggressive gank strategy is to play a lot more aggressive yourself. And that is pretty much what I think they're going to do. I mean, I'm going to look for Tundra, Soulstealer, maybe even the Thunderbringer to pick up post-haste this game. Be running around. Pharaoh, obviously, his ultimate has got so much range, so he might not need it. We might even see him pick it up as well, but obviously he won't be the one farming in that tri-lane. The lanes per se, I don't know. They have a tri-lane going up against a solo Thunderbringer, and that's just so dumb because Thunderbringer, is meant to get levels, and I don't know. That's obviously an American strategy because I really don't like it. Wow, I didn't mean to sound like American strategies are bad, but yeah. They have a good mid hero. It doesn't Pebbles. I can't see Pebbles. Oh, he's up there. Okay, they're going for. Yeah, they're going to do the Pebbles mid then against Tundra, and I give that obviously to the Pebbles. Does Pebbles have a hatchet or an axe? I don't know any of them. And then at the top lane, you've got a tri-lane against Thunderbringer, like I said. Thunder is dumb because Thunder means levels. And then bottom they could easily send Thunderbringer down and have that tri-lane top because they have Pharaoh, and Pharaoh can be used really, really effectively to stop people, split them up onto tri-lanes, which is obviously really effective.
Yeah, that's I just don't know if I can see them sticking with this trial lane of what right now, what they're sitting down here to the bottom lane in Pharaoh, Andromeda, and Soul Stealer, especially knowing that, as you can see, what it looks like, they're going to be going 3 versus 1 if they do choose to keep this against this Bubbles. How does Ice, though, make that adjustment? I mean, they are going to be sending the trial lane down there, at least from the looks of it again, initially. Unfortunately, we're still in this pause here, so we kind of only talk about so much before we actually see what's going on. But so say they do send the trial lane down here, they're matched up against Bubbles 3 versus 1. Do you see them making a move right away? And if so, where?
Well, yeah, I just noticed this. Andromeda has Ward of Revelations on them. I mean, they could be roaming. If an Andro is roaming, then you really... Yeah, I see it actually moving straight away, but if an Andro is moving, then you really want to put... you really want to give them Ward of Revelations so she can see them. Is he lagged out?
Possibly, yeah, he is...
No, he was just giving the wards.
There we go.
No, he's just giving the wards. Yeah, but he has wards of Revelation on him, and that's obviously a good sign. Obviously, you can take away the wards of see when you're ganking, and taking away wards early game obviously just screws the enemy team's mid lane up really hard. Because obviously, it's so hard for them to gank, it's so hard for them to get runes, etc., unless they luck out. But, yeah, they have Pharaoh going... Is Pharaoh going top? Yeah, they've got Thunderbringer mid. Okay, they're switched on, they're gonna have... Thunderbringer mid, Pharaoh top, and then they're gonna have... I don't know.
They're
not gonna have Tundra in the forest because he has a Mount battery. He can't be going forest. I don't know.
We're gonna have to just wait and see how this plays out. But like I said, I do like the roaming idea. I mean, very likely Andromeda and Pharaoh could just play pure roamers because they do have 3 very powerful solos in Tundra, Soul Stealer, and Thunderbringer, and this could be the case. I mean, ultimately, you got to think they wouldn't send 2 top because then they'd be going 2 versus 3, and that just doesn't make sense. Hellborn team, they're already making an adjustment. Voodoo Jester already coming in the middle lane, so he's going to partner up with Pebbles, noticing that it's going to be Thunderbringer and Pharaoh right now here in the middle lane. So a 2-2-1 here early on from Ice Gaming, but Katie, they adjust it right away with the 2-2-1 themselves. We'll see if roaming starts happening right away, though, from either side, more so obviously focusing on Ice, especially at this bottom lane, where Soul Stealer, he is going to be able to get a good farm, not as many as levels, of course, because he is partnered with this Andromeda, so kind of leeching experience right there, but he's going to start pulling, so kind of spreading it out a little bit there as well. So, yeah, very, very unique early game laning phase strategy here from Ice Gaming, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But yeah, so we are seeing the adjustment. It looks like we're getting more of an idea of what both teams are going to be sticking with. Tundra, though, not liking this top lane whatsoever, and in fact was thinking about heading somewhere else, but I guess now he's following the creep wave back up there.
A melee hero that has no escape mechanism, no defense spell on the long lane, I don't think, especially against a ranged hero, and especially against FA, it's not going to go well for him. Which is a shame. They could send Pharaoh up there, and he could have a good time and have Tundra. I mean, I just really want to see a Tundra Forest, but yeah.
Yeah, it is for Ice. I mean, Enzo right now in this Tundra, he's getting absolutely no. He has literally not got any experience yet. We're coming up to 2 minutes now in this game, so he's just going to throw a piercing shots right there, and he ninjas the Minotaur. Actually, good timing on his part. So you see him almost hitting actually level 2 just from that 1 kill. But so at least doing his best. But he is going to be underleveled. I mean, not too often we see an underleveled Tundra. In fact, I don't know if I've ever seen an underleveled Tundra, because frankly we're so used to seeing him solo mid, and obviously you're going to get the levels if that's the case. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play out for Ice as a result of that. At the same time, though, Thunderbringer, a hero that definitely could use levels as well, he's partnered up. Again, he's not soloing, so it almost seems like Ice, they kind of nerfed themselves with this lineup. Again, they picked it up. It's clearly they're thinking something, but it's kind of hard to kind of get put your finger on it necessarily what exactly they were thinking with this lineup, because they're nerfing a lot of their hero levels, such as Tundra and Thunderbringer, who really need